Well, speaking of space and the next big sci-fi hit, I want to talk about Rebel Moon because Zack Snyder is going to Netflix now. Since he left the Justice League, he left DC behind, he was developing a Star Wars movie. We talked about this before, and then apparently it all fell through with Lucasfilm, and that went out the way. But, he took that script, he turned that sumbitch sideways, and he made Rebel Moon. And so that's what we have right now. We have Rebel Moon coming out on Netflix. It's the very first of what they would expect to be a franchise. And over the weekend, they had this whole convention for Netflix, and they showed the very first feature where they did behind the scenes, a little bit of footage, a little tease of Rebel Moon, and you got a first inside look of Rebel Moon. So I want to talk about Rebel Moon today. But if you don't know what this is about, okay, so it's set on a distant planet, of course, talking about space, whose inhabitants must fight against armies of a tyrant who would like to take their resources. And you have a new character named Korra, a mysterious woman who will help organize the peaceful inhabitants of this planet to fight back against the authoritative government. Sounds like fucking Star Wars to me. That's all I can say. It sounds like Star Wars. That's all I'm saying. But Rebel Moon's coming out December 22nd of this year. And the trailer cinematically looks amazing, I think. Zack Snyder, I think, has always been a very visual director. Everything he does is just like really based off that. Like what you watch is fantastic. Look at the new Justice League, the Snyder cut, how much like visual sensation, like fucking Jackson Pollock in your face. That's so amazing during that. I don't know, but I love his style. And I think that his Star Wars take would have been good. I wish there were lightsabers in there, but there will not be lightsabers in this. But it's definitely influenced by Star Wars. It seems like it is. And even all the special effects. I'm saying the way the ships are presented, the way they land, the way it's shot, it feels like a Star Wars project to me. And I think Netflix hopes it's going to be huge, so they can have like a Star Wars franchise. They even have it where the same day release of the main cut, they have another cut coming the same day, like the director's cut, the same day. It's more intense and graphic, releasing simultaneously on Netflix on the 22nd of December. So I mean, that's how much they believe in this. Sean, are you excited about Rebel Moon? Are you ready about Rebel Moon? What do you think?
Considering it was the first time I heard of it when you sent the show breakdown this morning, sorry to show a little bit of how the sausage is made, everybody. I'm excited for it. I like Zack Snyder. I like space-based sci-fi. I'm sorry it's not Dune. I don't care that it's not Star Wars. But I think where you go wrong with me is calling it a franchise right out the gate, because there have been so many failures of these almost franchises that have just blown up in production companies' faces, right? I mean, the Jupiter Ascending one, failed.
Oof, explosion.
John Carter on Mars, again, completely failed, and they were thinking this is going to be a 10-pole franchise. Don't tell me that. I think it's okay not to make everything, have lunch boxes as well as 18 different movies. Like, just let it be its own thing first, and then if people like it and move it and there's more story to tell, I'm all for it. If there's not going to be lightsabers in it, I'm sure we'll have at least swords that light up, and we'll think that they're lightsabers at least. But I'm excited for this. I'm with you, Brian. I think Zack Snyder is just one of the more visionary directors that we have right now. And I loved, I'm a big fan of the Dawn of the Dead remake. I liked Army of the Dead. I'm probably one of 20 people that did, but
I liked it.
I liked it.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, there's two of them right here. This is great. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Give me more sci-fi. Give me more Zack Snyder. He can put the DCU in the rear view mirror and just keep going forward. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to be something completely different for him too, which I think it's great. And it does look the special effects and stuff look spot on. I mean, the presentation was great too, and they finally had something to show us. It's coming out this year, so we don't have to wait long for it. I hope it's great. Sabrina, what do you think, Bill? You saw this featurette. Do you think this looks good? Do you think that Zack Snyder should be branching into the sci-fi world like this, or do you think that this is not the place for him? He should just focus on maybe Army of the Dead or something as a sequel, because I know he's doing that too.
No, I mean, this is obviously a passion project for him, because he wrote it as initially as a standalone Star Wars movie, right? So he pitched it, it didn't work out. He reworked it, and made it the 10% difference so he doesn't get sued, and is, gonna go ahead with this as Rebel Moon. So I don't have a problem with that. I think, it seems like he's he believes in it a lot. I don't think he would have bothered going through it that way. You know what I mean? I feel like he, has a lot of faith in it. It has a great cast, which you have some of them up on the screen right now. Well, I mean, I don't know
Great
all of these
cast.
people's names, so I don't want to be rude, but Charlie Hunnam is amazing. Desmond Henzu, amazing. Corey Stahl is in it, who was most recently MODOK or Mike Doc, if you will.
Flash talk is coming.
I'm sorry, I had to, Mike.
I like it.
So it's got a great cast. What I saw of it, the behind the scenes thing, it seems like it's shot very well. I enjoy Zack Snyder. I think it's gonna be good, and I feel like, Sean, this is for you, man. I feel like you really want a Star Wars movie that is not connected with all of the other Star Wars. Like, you just wanted something with new characters in a new situation. So this is that kind of vibe. But it is, something different, something new. I feel like you're probably going to really, really like this.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm happy for it. Maybe Zack Snyder must be a fan of the show, fan of Wednesdays, coming in here, hump days. Thank you, Zack. Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, what do you think, Mike? Let's go to you fast. What do you think about
Hold
this?
on really
Do you think
quick.
this is
I just want to
exciting?
acknowledge this comment really fast. It says The Flash gave the audience what they wanted, and it still failed at the box office, which is very true in both accounts, in my opinion. And Mission Impossible will do decent at best at the box office, and it will finish line with the last film box office total run 70-50 million. Good prediction. Obviously, you were watching earlier. I want to say hi. Welcome to the show, Kevin Davis. Thank you for commenting. Sorry, Mike.
On cruise control. Mike, get in there. What do you think about this? Are you excited about Rebel Moon?
I'm going to bounce it right back to you, Sabrina, because I have a question regarding a topic that comes up on this show all the time, which is Hollywood taking the safe road, retreading known intellectual properties. Knowing that this is based on Zack Snyder's pitch to George Lucas, does this pass your sniff test for something new, fresh ideas, or is it just more of the same, changing names of planets?
Well, no, for me personally, you're exactly on par. I was saying for Sean, because he wants he said just last week, I believe it was, or maybe the week before, that he wanted something, a Star Wars movie that wasn't entangled with all of the other Star Wars movies with new characters. So this, although it's not Star Wars, it is all those things,
Kind of is.
Yeah, I will caveat it.
Like,
I was
dude.
saying I wanted to see what the accountants were like in Star Wars universe, or maybe even the dental hygienists, right? Like just the unsung heroes of making Coruscant run like,
You
run
did
and look
definitely
good.
say
That's
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I'm happy for both, Mr. Snyder, if you're listening still.
Get it, Snyder. Get it. I'm excited about this. I can't wait to see a full-length trailer, but it'll probably be coming within the next month or two, I'm guessing, because it's not that far away. December 22nd. We're going to Snyder's Star Wars world, even though it can't be called that.